Hey guys, it's Rachel here. So I'm sorry for the bit of a delay on videos lately. I took a little break, but I'm back reporting from my college dorm room. And today we're going to be talking about how and where to find auditions. It's crazy because acting has lit my life. I've done videos like this all the time, but I've realized I've never done a video actually titled how to find auditions. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I know I've talked about it before for all of my longtime viewers. So in this video I'm going to be talking about how to find film and theater acting auditions. I know that a lot of you guys ask me about this and I figured it's a good video to make. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so let's start with film acting. So your first best bet at finding acting auditions for film is to get an agent. I'm sure all of you guys know this. It's pretty common sense if you want to get into the acting industry, but the best way to go to find legitimate acting auditions is through a talent agent or even sometimes a manager. Your agent is going to send you out for jobs. They're going to submit you to projects and legit commercials, films, television, everything like that related to film acting on a camera, on screen. But it is a big commitment to sign with a talent agent. It's definitely something that you do in your career when you're ready, when you have a little bit of experience under your belt. Normally, I signed with my agent when I didn't really have that much experience, but it just depends based on the agent. But that is going to be your best bet at finding auditions that are legitimate and good to get you started with your career. But when we're talking about finding auditions completely on your own, your second best bet, or the second way to find auditions, is through online resources. Now by this I mean like websites to find auditions, audition websites. The ones I've used are nowcasting.com, actorsaccess.com, castingnetworks.com, backstage.com is a really big one. But those are websites that you're going to be able to go on and put your resume, your headshot on there, and look through all the auditions that are posted on there by casting directors and people making films, like student directors and stuff like that. And you're going to be able to see the open casting calls and auditions that are posted on the websites so that you can audition in that way. Now this is very risky because you don't have somebody like a manager or an agent watching out for you, making sure that these auditions are legit. So if you do go through these websites, you just have to be very careful and make sure that you're auditioning for something that is reputable and is an actual acting job rather than like something crazy that you don't want to get yourself into. That stuff is out there. You don't know it until you see it, but you gotta be careful. But those are really good ways to find auditions. I am actually the casting director for a project going on at my school right now, a student film, and I am going through Backstage to find my actors, so I guess that's kind of firsthand on somebody that's actually going through those websites to find actors. So it is a thing. It's a thing that can work, but you gotta be careful. The next way to find auditions is to go to a casting director workshop. I've talked to you guys about these before, but basically a casting director workshop is when you sign up for like an acting class or an acting workshop that is led by a casting director, where they basically see you do a quick monologue, they see what you got. It's not specifically for like a certain project or anything, but they will hold like a big workshop and make you pay this money to see you do a monologue. Now this is risky too because you do have to like pay to go to a lot of these workshops, and sometimes a lot of money because it usually is like reputable people, very legit and well-known casting directors that hold these. I know that sometimes I've heard about like these big Disney Channel casting directors holding workshops and stuff like that just to see talent, but it can be a good way to get noticed and to get out there. That kind of goes along with just like getting connections in general and showing your face, showing people what you got, even though it's not for a specific role, but that can show really high up there people that you can act. So that's something to consider if you find one that's for a person that you really love to show your talent to, or to a workshop that's not that expensive. So look into that. My next tip, which is kind of something that you might not have ever thought about before, but it's to follow casting directors on Facebook and Twitter. Sometimes casting directors will make themselves Facebook pages and they will post notices on those Facebook pages. I will try to link some examples down below in the description to links where you can see what I'm kind of talking about, because it's kind of hard to explain. But some casting directors will make like a public Facebook page that you can like, so you get notifications when they post about an audition. And that can be a really good chance to be able to find open casting calls and stuff. Something that goes along with this is finding college film organization Facebook pages or something like that. Like I said, I'm currently casting a student film here at my school, and I know that sometimes like film programs through different colleges will have Facebook pages. So if you're interested in like student films or something, which you totally should be, student films are a great way to get experience on a film set, even though it's not that professional, but it gives you an opportunity to actually be in the action and have something to put on your demo reel, something that you can look back on that shows your talent. So I would definitely recommend, you know, looking for those student films if you can, if you're interested in that. And also, Google is going to be your best friend when it comes to finding auditions as well. I know this goes back to like the online websites and stuff, but simply searching like open casting calls in Oklahoma or something, that might even give you something that you've never seen before. I don't know. Just getting yourself out there, doing as much research as you can is going to be your best bet on finding auditions on your own. There also might be some actual like film organizations in certain states that have websites that post whenever there's auditions or they need extras for certain films. So seriously, just keep searching, keep your eye out. Don't just search once and then get discouraged and never look again. Agents are great because they do all this for you, but if you don't have an agent or you can't get an agent, this is why I'm making this video, so that you can do these things, to keep looking, and yeah, never give up. Keep looking, keep checking back on these certain websites, and hopefully you'll be able to find some auditions. Also, just some general tips for finding film auditions that I wanted to tell you guys is to get involved as much as you can. You know, if there's a student film going on even at your high school, or somebody needs an actor for this certain little project for their class or whatever, you know, any kind of film that you can be in to just get experience is going to be good to get yourself out there, because you never know who's going to see it. Also, something that goes along with this is just to use social media to your advantage. Get your face out there. Post videos of you doing monologues on YouTube, or friend other actors in your area on Facebook. Get connected, you know, make connections. This is going to be a really, really great way at getting your face out there, getting people to know you for your talent, and maybe someday along the line somebody will remember you from watching your monologue or from seeing your headshot on Facebook, and might keep you in mind for a future project. So that's something to keep in mind, especially for film acting auditions. Alright, and next let's move on to theater auditions. Now these are a lot easier to find, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know that have been into acting. This is because they're a lot more public. I would say that film is definitely more selective in who they choose to audition. So I would say the best way to find theater auditions in your area is to look into theater companies' websites that are near you. A lot of times theater companies will have their own websites where they'll post auditions, they'll tell you about their company, whatever. They're very, very popular because people love theater. Everybody loves theater. So check into those companies, search on Google like theater companies and blah 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 wherever you live, and hopefully you'll be able to find their websites. Again, check in frequently, see whenever they post auditions. You can also like those theater companies on Facebook. If they have Facebook pages, goes along with the same thing, so you can get notices when they're holding auditions. I would also say just keep an eye out in the newspaper. Nobody looks at the newspaper, I know, anymore, but I've definitely seen theater auditions in newspapers before. Whenever there's like community theater that is casting, sometimes they'll put it in the newspaper. I don't know. Backstage.com, which I told you guys about for the film auditions, they also post theater auditions on Backstage. So again, be careful, but they could have some good theater casting calls out there on that website. And if you're at school and you're wanting to audition for the school theater shows and you have no idea when they are or whatever, I would say just keep your ears open, you know, look around at the bulletin board, see if they're posting any flyers, and ask around, you know, don't be afraid to ask, or ask like your principal who your school's drama club director is or something like that, so that you can keep updated on when they're having your school production auditions. I know that might be stressful if you're like shy and you haven't really heard much about the theater audition, so I just thought that I'd throw that out to just ask around, you know, keep looking. The goal with auditions, all auditions, is to just be dedicated to finding them on your own. You know, keep looking everywhere that you can, be persistent, and hopefully you'll find some auditions. So that's all I have for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about how to find film and theater auditions. I know a lot of you guys request this. I know I've talked about it before in multiple videos, just like when I'm sidetracked or it goes along with this and that certain kind of topic, but I've never done this general video on how to find auditions, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also leave a comment down below telling me any video requests that you have or questions. Subscribe to this channel for acting videos and sometimes random videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Love you! Bye! So guess what? I'm taking you guys behind the scenes of us making a film.